Prime Minister says his government is investigating the circumstances under which contracts were handed out to local contractors by the former People's Partnership government. He says they have discovered many instances where proper checks and balances were not in place.
While the government is still seeking to increase its borrowing capacity by $50 billion, part of which will be used to pay local contractors, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley made some startling revelations about some of the circumstances in which contracts were awarded by the former People's Partnership government. He said many persons were let loose on the Treasury to spend money that was not there.
In one state company, a chairman, without going through the tenders committee, which is the least they could have done, awarded $400 million in contracts during the last season. And over and above figuring out what these contracts were for, because I can tell you, that was to rehabilitate 37 kilometers of rural road.
He says mechanisms were strategically used to remove monies from the country's bank account. In another case, the Prime Minister says a contractor was awarded a contract to construct a head office at a cost of $180 million without the available funds to start the project. But he says somehow monies were found to pay the said contractor a 10% advance payment.
So the contractor has the $18 million, the 10% of the contract. The contractor has the $18 million. But the contractor is expecting money now to advance the project. But the state company has no money, except that they found the $18 million to give the contractor, which was the original objective. And since they can't progress the project, the contractor is now attempting to walk away under the guise of delay.
Dr. Rowley says while the government is taking responsibility to repay ballot debts, some of the contracts should have never been funded by taxpayer dollars.
This contractor was really a benefactor of the national community, because to run up $1 billion in work with no money coming to you, we must say to you, thank you very much for being so kind to us. Because you must have been a very generous contractor to put out $1 billion of your own money, not being paid for the work that you were doing.
Natalie Chrysostom, TV6 News.